Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, we're in for an interesting Friday. This is going to be a pretty important day. Daily chart first. You can see here, there's no overnight touch of the upper band. We've been in this band ride for going on, 6 sessions or so. We talked about yesterday, over 4.5, it can start to stall. We're at 4.5, we're at 4.53 earlier. So this is where you kind of start to see if you can get this big ship not necessarily turned around, but at least stopped. Either to chop around in this area. It doesn't, people fall into the trap of saying, okay, well, the band ride's over, we're going to fall off a cliff. Not really. I mean, all that's going to happen here is the band is going to get more extended than the bulls can keep up with. The onus is on the bears to actually break some levels. Now, we've printed 36.5 this morning. That is a matching, it's one tick lower low versus yesterday. So they have technically breached yesterday's low by a tick at this point. The only way the bulls can keep the band ride going is to go up and print a new all-time high today. Because you got the Bollinger Band right now at 51.09. The all-time high is 51.5. In order to touch that band, because the band's going to continue to expand, it would have to print probably a 53/4 print would do it. If the bulls can't do that, then we'll close with the end of a band ride. Whether that translates into a gigantic day down or not, I mean, if the bears are going to have a big day, then their day really needs to start now in the 36, 37 area, not finish. If they fool around 36, 37 and start to establish that area as a floor, then they open themselves up for some upside. So let's talk about the hourly chart and that hourly mid-band that we've really been focused on the last few days. We spent more time below than above. That indicates for me a character change. You see, we spent a couple hours above last night in the overnight, and then the bulls were not able to hold that and create new support. There were no new highs last night, and we're kind of slipping back down here. So this is the best opportunity the bears have had in some time to try to get a little bit of relief from this relentless upside move. It'll be interesting when we get into the regular session if the dip buyers come in. I expect them to, and what they're able to do with any kind of a pop off of the open. I would be surprised, and it would be a testament to the strength of the bears today, if off of the regular open we weren't able to go ahead and go up and test this 42, 43 area that represents the hourly mid-band. We may even go over the top of it. Because what you like to see, technically, is you've got a couple hours below that converts, a couple hours below that converts. They did a couple hours below, and they were able to, a couple hours below, they were able to hold it yesterday. To pop from here and do, a couple hours above or a couple hours fighting over it and then fail to a lower low would pretty much finish the job, at least with respect to the band ride, and open up the door into next week as to what the bulls could accomplish headed Sunday into Monday. We'll get a new weekly pivot, obviously. I would suspect the new weekly pivot would be an area that would need to be tested in the first couple days. We kind of get back to business as usual in that, this week we didn't even approach the weekly pivot. I think next week, if the band ride ends, you would expect to test a weekly pivot early on in the week, and how price reacts to that weekly pivot would have a lot to do with who's going to control the tape. So it's important to keep in mind, just because a band ride ends does not instantly mean that the bears are this incredible, unstoppable force that is going to push the tape into oblivion. It can happen, but it's unlikely. What's more likely is that we get back into a little bit more of a two-sided tape, which I know everybody would welcome. And then over time, you have to see, are we trading above the weekly pivot? Are we trading below? If the answer is below, then you expect to see lower highs and lower lows, and we can start to get back to what would be the next ultimate target on a daily chart, which would be middle band, and that's somewhere right around the 2300 area. The ES, I like to say, I have a lot of new people, so the ES likes to trade from the upper band to the middle band to the lower band. Lower band, middle band, upper band. Rinse, repeat, do it again. That's how we spend our years in doing this. We spent a lot of time at the upper band. The middle band needs some love. And the next couple of weeks, I'd be surprised if we didn't go say, at least go say hello. All right, everybody have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the holiday Monday. I will be back Tuesday morning with another webcast.
Follow us on Twitter at Princetontrader. Come check out our website, Princetontrader.com, and come take a free trial in our chat room. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade 'em well, everybody.